We're at Ray Lehman's cabin.
I'm kind of tickled about the way that went.
Ray's been working at shinking the logs. He's built this cabin all by himself. Put all the logs up by himself. Opening on the end, this end here will probably be for wood. There's opening just like it on the other end for a fireplace. The other side of the cabin, that's where the fireplace will be built. The stone pile is where the stones that he'll build the fireplace and the chimney out. Notch in the roof there is for the chimney to go through. A lot of work, a lot of hand cutting of shingles. Use the chainsaw to cut the shingles. There's Mike working on the evaporator. As you see, I've turned my place into a sugaring operation for maple syrup. Here comes Adam over. Hi, Adam. This is from the house looking back. I can see where my sugar house is at, back where that old pit used to be of all the junk. See my piles of wood. We're almost finished sugaring off today. You can see the tanks in the back here are what we store the sap in before we finish it off. And that's our gathering tank and our equipment in there that we gather the sap with. And back over to the sugar house. I can pan around here. You can see the bags on the trees are there. These are behind Mike's place. Mike has bought Paul's old place after Paul passed away. And those are some of the bags where we gather the sap on the trees. Bags we got off of Harry Neuenschwander. This is just kind of update what's been going on here at my place. Maybe I'll get a chance to take this back and put on some of the tubing and the gathering that goes on in the back area too. Well, I still got it here. Let's show you. We do have a name for our little outfit.
I do. Who's this for? Future generations?
This is on my house tape. Now we're at the entrance to my sugar bush here. As you can see, we've got a few problems. We put down pallets here for increased traction across there, but the yard here hasn't been a whole lot better. We've got stuck over there. Our hillsides are getting a little muddy, and they're causing some work. I've had to put different tires on my tractor this year in order to get us in and out. This is the front trees of the sugar bush. I'll take you on to the back and I'll show you the tank and the two. Okay, this is taken from on top of the hill. You can see our tank is sitting down there at the bottom. Also, off to my side here, you can see I've got bags on a few of the trees. These sap bags are donated or given to us or loaned to us by Harry Neuenschwander. We find we like the bags. You see there's been a small run yesterday. It don't seem to be running much today. I was hoping it would here, but it don't seem to be. We have several bags around. On top of the hill here you can probably see the tubing web-like areas here. I'll go down to the bottom and we'll take some better pictures of those yet too. And there's Ray's cabin yet off to the side. As we pan on around here. See our buckets on the back area here, or towards the front actually. Okay, this gives you a better look out up through the woods here. Now what it looks like, I've been told it looks a lot like a spider web. There's one of the drops. It goes from the tree down a drop and a branch line. The branch line comes back to the main line, which here is a white line right before you enter the tank. Follows the white line back. And into the tank. The flow today isn't real good. You can see inside the tank here, you can see it dripping in some. And this is on a day when the flow was almost nothing. I have 150 taps or thereabouts flowing into this tank. And in the last couple days after we've washed it here, the lines and everything, you can see the amount of sap down inside. And we haven't had much of a run. The blue main line that I have here was donated to me or given to me by Dave Hively. Dave's proven to be a real good friend and has assisted me and advised me on how to go about doing this. So thanks to Dave. Okay, the tank we have here, of course we have to get back to the house, the sap, so we've been pumping it. Little pump we keep in that black box there. It's just a little 2-cycle pump into my gathering tank. This proved to be a problem with all the mud this year. So if you notice along the ground here, I have a garden hose it takes me clear to the top of the hill. And at the top of the hill we can park the tractor and pump it all the way with that little 2-cycle pump. And that's one less hill we have to worry about on our trip back to the sugar house. Okay, this is some more pictures of the tubing taken while I'm standing on the bridge. You might wonder why that tap there is on a T. It's just an extra tap. I didn't only want to put one on that tree, and I put 2 taps at the tree. So the other tap is in the tree, and that one there is just on its post. And next year I might be able to use that one and leave the other one on its post. Okay, now this is the farthest from the tank I get. And as you see, there's six branch lines going into the main line right there, with the longest one heading off that way to one of my bigger trees. You may notice that I don't have a whole lot of big trees. Goes on over there to another fairly good sized tree, and then branches way back in. I don't think we can even make it out here yet, but there'll be another tree back up in that area, and that'll be the furthest I go from the tank. I don't rightly know the exact distance from the tank, but it is quite a distance. I can maybe bring you down through with the main line here. And as we turn around, the main line's heading down through there. You can maybe get a reference from the cabin being over here of where it is I'm standing. And the tank, the bridge would be right about in that area, and of course the tank just over in this area a bit. It's not visible from this area, from here, I don't believe. But we are quite a distance from the tank here. As you might notice here from looking around, I do have a lot of small sapling trees here. This is a kind of a typical size tree for me to be tapping. At least 30 inches around or 10 inches across. But there are a lot of other small trees that are just too small to tap, and trees that are just a year or two away from being able to be tapped. So this sugar bush could expand quite a bit if I can keep the main roads from going out, or if Ray doesn't sell. I don't know what to think there, whether he will sell or what will happen to my sugar bush in the next few years. But time will tell. Okay, while I'm here, I thought I'd get some pictures of the cabin yet too. For reference purposes, this is taken the day after Ray was supposed to have carpal tunnel surgery on his one hand, and a little while after Mike would have been married, legally married, and before Kathy was able to move up to this area. I don't believe the last time I took pictures that the chimney was put up. The chimney is all made of stone. Ray has done this himself. You can see at the bottom is where he used clay to put the stones together, and he found it wasn't working real well, so he went to using cement. Now even with the cement, he was able to use most of the sand from the creek bed to mix his cement with, but other than that, that is the only thing to this point, other than maybe a few nails here and there, that he has used that was not coming from the woods. Okay, I thought I'd get some pictures here inside the cabin as well. That's his fireplace back in there. taking in the window. I decided to stop and get this picture. It's been running just a little bit back here. And I think you might be able to see it run a little bit there.